if he is respected by those in his house, is carefully tended so that he may be cured. The air is not allowed to touch him, nor may he even enjoy the light, nor must he hear footsteps, nor yet the noise of those in the house. And he is given food that is very delicate and bland, and even that only in great moderation, food that is nourishing rather than delectable. All these particularities, which are for the security and safe keeping of this soul, are caused by this dark contemplation, because it brings the soul nearer to God. For the nearer the soul approaches him, the blacker is the darkness which it feels, and the deeper is the obscurity which comes through its weakness. Just as the nearer a man approaches the sun, the greater are the darkness and the affliction caused him through the great splendor of the sun, and through the weakness and impurity of his eyes. In the same way, so immense is the spiritual light of God, and so greatly does it transcend our natural understanding, that the nearer we approach it, the more it blinds and darkens us. And this is the reason why, in Psalm 17, David says that God made darkness his hiding place and covering, and his tabernacle around him dark water in the clouds of the air. This dark water in the clouds of the air is dark contemplation and divine wisdom in souls, as we are saying. They continue to feel it is a thing which is near him, as the tabernacle wherein he dwells, when God brings them ever nearer to himself. And thus, that which in God is supreme light and refulgence is to man blackest darkness, as St. Paul says, according as David explains in the same psalm, saying, because of the brightness which is in his presence, past clouds and cataracts. That is to say, over the natural understanding, the light whereof, as Isaiah says in chapter 5, ob tenebrata est in caligine eius. Oh, miserable is the fortune of our life, which is lived in such great peril, and wherein it is so difficult to find the truth. For that which is most clear and true is to us most dark and doubtful. Wherefore, though it is the thing which is most needful for us, we flee from it. And that which gives the greatest light and satisfaction to our eyes, we embrace and pursue, though it be the worst thing for us, and make us fall at every step. In what peril and fear does man live, since the very natural light of his eyes, by which he has to guide himself, is the first light that dazzles him and leads him astray on his road to God? And if he is to know with certainty by what road he travels, he must perforce keep his eyes closed and walk in darkness, that he may be secure from the enemies who inhabit his own house, that is, his senses and faculties. Well hidden, then, and well protected is the soul in these dark waters, when it is close to God. For as these waters serve as a tabernacle and dwelling place for God himself, they will serve the soul in the same way, and for a perfect protection and security, though it remain in darkness, wherein, as we have said, it is hidden and protected from itself, and from all evils that come from creatures. For to such the words of David refer in another psalm, where he says, Thou shalt hide them in the hiding place of thy face from the disturbance of men. Thou shalt protect them in thy tabernacle from the contradiction of tongues. Herein we understand all kinds of protection, for to be hidden in the face of God from the disturbance of men is to be fortified with this dark contemplation against all the chances which may come upon the soul from men. And to be protected in his tabernacle from the contradiction of tongues is for the soul to be engulfed in these dark waters, which are the tabernacle of David whereof we have spoken. Wherefore, since the soul has all its desires and affections weaned, and its faculties set in darkness, it is free from all imperfections which contradict the spirit, whether they come from its own flesh or from other creatures. Wherefore this soul may well say that it journeys in darkness and secure. There is likewise another reason, which is no less effectual than the last, by which we may understand how the soul journeys securely in darkness. It is derived from the fortitude by which the soul is at once inspired in these obscure and afflictive dark waters of God. For after all, though the waters be dark, they are none the less waters, and therefore they cannot but refresh and fortify the soul in that which is most needful for it, although in darkness and with affliction. For the soul immediately perceives in itself a genuine determination and an effectual desire to do nothing which it understands to be an offense to God, and to omit to do nothing that seems to be for his service. For that dark love cleaves to the soul, causing it a most watchful care and an inward solicitude concerning that which it must do, or must not do, for his sake, in order to please him. It will consider and ask itself 1,000 times if it has given him cause to be offended, and all this it will do with much greater care and solicitude than before, as has already been said with respect to the yearnings of love. For here all the desires and energies and faculties of the soul are recollected from all things else, and its effort and strength are employed in pleasing its God alone. After this manner the soul goes forth from itself and from all created things to the sweet and delectable union of love of God, in darkness and secure. End of chapter 16. And thus that which is in God, that